Good Thursday morning to you. This is GardenStateWeather.com, the Northern Mid-Atlantic region's weather news portal. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the in-depth forecast analysis video discussion for Thursday, July 19th, 2012. Start things out with what happened on Wednesday as a cold front made its way through the northern New Jersey area down to Philadelphia and the Delmarva. Actually, the front is not even that far south. It lies just south of around New York City this morning. And south of that, temperatures are already back into the mid and upper 70s. But the storm, actually the frontal system and prefrontal trough, produced quite a swath of damage, especially over the boroughs into New York City and out on Long Island, the lower Hudson Valley area. Parts of northern New Jersey got some hail and wind damage and also some flooding of some of the roads. Most of the damage was concentrated over the 5 boroughs. Getting out of the Hudson Valley into New York City proper, they had hail on the street and flooding in some subway stations too. And a lot of wind and hail damage too as those storms propagated down through Ocean and Monmouth counties in New Jersey. A little bit of wind damage in southern New Jersey, and you had to go back out to or towards Reading and Lancaster in south central Pennsylvania, where there was quite a lot of hail and wind damage as well. Outside of that, this morning as we wake up, temperatures are generally in the 70s across the northern mid-Atlantic region. We'll hone in this on just a moment. Here's a one-week wave of disturbance moving through was the Hudson Valley. Now it's getting into Connecticut with some rain showers there. And here's our next disturbance as our front is quasi-stationary here across the northern New Jersey, Pennsylvania region. As such, this disturbance here with a lot of lightning and thunder, this disturbance will race east along the front and increase the chances of rain across the region from late this afternoon through tonight. So it could be another rush hour tonight where we're going to have more rain, and we'll show that on the modeling in just a moment. Going things into motion now, here is our cold front, which is basically a semi-stationary front, and as you can see, it really isn't progressing that far. The northeastern side of it is, and there is some mid and upper level drying here, but even that's going to give way, as we're seeing already across portions of Pennsylvania and the Ohio River Valley, by a couple of disturbances. There's the disturbances south of the front now, developing across the Tennessee and Kentucky and Ohio Valley, and that's sinking further south. But this is a more potent shortwave here across the Great Lakes, and rain and thunderstorms with lightning falling here. You can see the onshore winds and basically calm south of the front this morning out of the northeast, just near and north of where the front is, especially from southern New England down through the New York City metropolitan area. All the winds are light, and there was quite a bit of fog across the region as well, and that should be lifting a little bit during this afternoon as the atmosphere gets to mix up a little bit. Still have a weak trough across the southern areas here across southern New Jersey down through Virginia, and this is indicated very well by the area of low pressure here off the northern New Jersey coast and south of New York City this morning, and another wave of low pressure coming in, and this is going to be more rain around here, so not too much clearing is going to be evident in many areas today, and the temperatures are going to be a little tricky too with the cloud forecast, and then this incoming short wave to produce more showers, locally heavy again during late this afternoon, this evening, and overnight tonight. From the Storm Prediction Center's mesoscale analysis site, this is a map that shows the precipitable water in the atmosphere, and we can still see nearly 2 inches of precipitable water that can be found over the northern mid-Atlantic. And as we get back towards the Great Lakes, where there's quite a bit of rain going on right now and thunder, precipitable water values are 2 inches. Now, what's very interesting here is that when we look at this, we're basically still saturated in the atmosphere. The only drying is really over northern New England. So this entire area is going to be a focal mechanism along this boundary today and tonight and into Friday for rounds of showers and low-topped embedded thunderstorms, and that could add up to the rainfall amounts quite heavily across areas that have already received copious amounts of rain and thunderstorms yesterday, such as the New York City metropolitan area, parts of northeast Jersey, Ocean, Monmouth County, and down through central and southeastern Pennsylvania, and not to forget about northern Delaware and Maryland, the Chesapeake Delmarva region too, because those areas are also primed for some heavy convection and some heavy downpours late this afternoon, tonight, and on Friday. closer look this morning, we have basically a chance for general thunderstorms today and tonight, and that would be from just about New York City south through the entire areas of northern New Jersey, southeastern Pennsylvania, and the Delmarva. Tomorrow, the thunderstorm threat increases slightly further north across the lower Hudson Valley into central and southwestern Connecticut, and that includes portions of central and eastern Long Island tomorrow as this big disturbance moves across and generates some heavy doses of showers and even low-top thunderstorms across the region. This morning in New York City it's 75 degrees, down to Philadelphia at 77, and the winds are all off the ocean now. They're from the northeast, north of this front, and basically calm, nearly calm just about everywhere else this morning with quite a bit of cloud cover. The fog is basically scattered across interior sections of Connecticut this morning, north of New York City, the lower Hudson Valley, and parts of northern New Jersey also. Basically, the visibilities are better than 10 miles, but there is some scattered patchy fog across the region. The blues here are indicative of high cirrus clouds left over from the disturbance off the shore and the general flow across the region. Start things out with the NamWRF composite model this morning. We can see the low clouds building into the forecast region this morning, and the model wants to produce some precipitation across the region as this short wave now races towards the Ohio Valley, and moderate lift in the atmosphere, still thriving under those mild and very muggy dew point air in the mid and lower levels of the atmosphere, produce showers across the region. These could be spreading in across northeastern Pennsylvania and northwestern New Jersey and parts of western and central Jersey and south through the Delmarva region late this afternoon and this evening. And then we get a real swath of rain that comes through the area, especially the southern Pennsylvania, southwestern Jersey, Delmarva region tomorrow morning. And then the rain spreads out throughout the entire forecast region in these showers across northeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, and most of the northern mid-Atlantic, including southern New Jersey and the Delmarva. Now, what's important to note here through the day on Friday and Friday afternoon is that some of these showers will contain heavy downpours, and that can cause some flash flooding, especially under bridges and underpasses and low-lying streets where the water runs down very quickly and gets stuck. So that is something that we have to be mindful of. Generally, we're expecting rainy showers and weakening thunderstorms across the area. The marine layer should keep most of the thunderstorms on the low side variety, but some of the heavier downpours could be evident as we make our way through Friday afternoon, especially across central and southern New Jersey, the New York City metropolitan area. And as we get through Friday night, that wave of low pressure moves off the coast and allows the front to sink a little bit further to the south. We could still have some instability and some showers around southwestern Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania, the Delmarva region, but the front should be pushing further south. And as we get through the day on Saturday, especially Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon, we start off with sunny skies and then broken scattered clouds as cumulus builds in aloft as high pressure builds into the forecast region on Saturday afternoon. But notice on the upper left-hand corner that is another frontal boundary, and that will be approaching the region, probably passing sometime on Monday, and we'll have to monitor the strength of that, but looks like fair weather from Saturday afternoon right through Sunday night. Start out with the forecast maps for Friday. Here's our frontal boundary now, slinking its way through the northern mid-Atlantic. One area of low pressure kinked along it across the Delmarva region, another one back here through the Ohio River Valley. And this is going to be a focal point for showers, and some of them locally heavy at times, especially on Thursday night. That's tonight and tomorrow, and to tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Now, the front really kind of gets hung up on Friday as the waves of low pressure move along it, trying to keep it and pushed further south. Some areas of moderate to heavy rain and showers could fall from central and southern New Jersey down through the northern Delmarva, the Chesapeake area. And the front finally clears the region on Saturday, pushing it further south. Only some residual moisture here across the Delmarva region. But most of northern New Jersey and central Jersey and the New York City metropolitan area, the lower Hudson Valley, Connecticut, should be clearing out as high pressure begins to gain control of our weather, both at the surface and aloft. We see that by Sunday morning, high pressure now centered off the New England coast. Winds still onshore, so temperatures are in the modeling are struggling to keep temperatures anywhere from the 70s along the coast. It could be a chilly day tomorrow on Friday. Moss guidance suggests temperatures holding in the 70s, so especially along the immediate coast and even parts of northern New Jersey. So we're going to keep temperatures in the upper 70s to the mid 80s for that, and then getting back into the low and mid 80s again over Saturday and Sunday afternoon. As we get through the forecast period, and this would be for Monday morning, we see a weak thermal trough developing here. High pressure now off the coast. The wind's backing around. The wind's becoming more south and southwest again ahead of this frontal system. And by the time we get to Tuesday, we could be dealing with a few more showers as this cold front is slow to make its way across the region again, sleeking south with a wave of low pressure off of Nantucket, and the front parallel again to the flow, as we can see on the diagnostics from the HPC. And finally, as we get to the day on Wednesday, the front sinks south and high pressure begins to control our weather again with a modifying air mass, and we can already see the beginnings of what will be another warm period starting next Wednesday, where temperatures by next weekend again could get back into the 90s once again. So that's going to do it for today's broadcast. Check us back on Friday for the weekend ideas and going further back into next week. Be mindful of the heavy rain showers, as ponding on roads will become an evident problem, and rapid rises of water on low-lying streets and underpasses can quickly take you and your vehicle with it. Do not drive through flooded roads, as the water may be deeper than you think. Check back with us bright and early again on Friday morning, and for continual live coverage, it's on our website 24/7, right on the front page. And if you want a larger portion of that app to be shown, we also have a larger page for that too. GardenStateWeather.com. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. I'll be back with you bright and early on Friday. Have a great Thursday.